Evening, everybody. This is Kop Talk, and we're here for the Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool after-match analysis. I should have had some hard liquor this evening. I wasn't prepared. Nick, you are going to kill me with this now. Nick's got a new toy, by the way. He's got his own little audience in his room. I think he thinks he's the old Fresh Prince.
The old Fresh Prince. Please. Ouch.
The live studio audience in the building.
Well, you know, we try.
So obviously, you know me, I'm Gems. We have Nicholas, our regular Kop Talk panelist. But we're joined tonight by Chase. Do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from, where we can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Chase Galton. I am coming from the Fortress Anfield YouTube channel. So we are also new on YouTube. We are 5 weeks old and we are flying at the moment. We're nearly hitting 500 subscribers. So yeah, we are only new. So we're hoping to obviously grow as a channel and interact with as much as all of you guys.
Brilliant. Love it.
You're a pain.
Love it.
Yeah, brilliant. And do you know what I love as a fan base? I've already had lots of Liverpool podcasts reach out to them. And I feel as a fan base, we're all reaching out to each other. I think there's plenty of room for everybody in this game. And, you know, we just all want to talk about football, ultimately.
Absolutely.
It's brilliant. So I'll start with you, Chase. So we'll just do your overall. I think people could tell from my opening what my overall reaction is after that match.
Where do you want me to start, really? Bonkers roller coaster. Listen, you said it off here about your start 11. Look, Fabinho for me should have been starting also. The Milner one, Milner, Keita and Henderson. I don't know if that works, especially away from home in Europe. I've watched Atletico Madrid play a lot of times and they're very physical, they're very fit. They overrun a lot of teams. They stretch a lot of teams. Where Henderson and Milner, over the age of 30, I just thought he'd struggle with Atletico Madrid. But listen, you have to look at Fabinho, of course, having a tough 12 days on international duty with Brazil, and there was a lot of travelling there, so you sort of understand that. But listen, we got off to a flying start, didn't we? Salah, what a player he is, by the way. My God, just pay him that money, man. 400,000, whatever it is, just pay him.
He loves us. He's not going anywhere.
Well, I hope not. But you could imagine him walking over Anfield in 2023 on a freebie, man. This place would be erupted. But anyway, Salah getting that first goal, of course, skipping by 3 players like they weren't there. A small bit of luck, but look, if you don't buy the ticket, you don't win the prize. You know what I mean?
This is it. You have to make your own luck. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, it was just, it was madness. Absolute madness.
It was a great start, of course. Salah scored in the 7th minute. Then again, sloppy defending by Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
The defender tried to get it. He kicks it straight into the path of Keita.
Now, we'll break it down from the first half and the second half, I think, by sounds of it. I was just going to flash up first. So we've got the statistics for the whole game, considering the way it was. We did have a lot of possession, so we had 69% possession. I think even in the first half, we still had a lot of possession. You look at the passes, 660 passes. I think a lot of time we had the ball, we just couldn't break through at certain times. Then I think there were times they were quite happy for us to have the ball in some ways.
Yeah, I think Atletico Madrid's plan was straightforward. Really, they were going to allow us to have the ball and just play that ball in over the top of our high line.
Yeah.
But looking at there, I'm surprised when we got 666 passes to 303, 69 possession. Wow, that really surprised me, to be honest with you.
Good. I mean, you can almost forget when you just amongst the blur of it all, the first 20 minutes. So we'll get into it now. So the first 20 minutes, I had someone commenting in our WhatsApp group saying they look like Watford. I don't think they were with it. I think they were a bit shaky. We came at them fast, quickly. And like you said, Salah came in with that goal in the 8th minute. I mean, he is just a god, isn't he? Dropped his shoulder, left foot, right into the corner. It came off because they thought it was Milner at first, but it's actually Kondogbia. So I think they did give it to Salah in the end.
I actually thought it came off Milner too.
Yeah, it was so fast you couldn't really see, but it just took a little flick. Nick, Naby lad, 13th minute. Where did that come from?
In the right place at the right time, basically. He's got that in his.
You have to turn yourself up a bit, Nick. You got distracted with your clapping.
Oh, maybe I was, but he got that in his. Look, Naby's got his skill set. He's got that in the bag. He's got it in his locker, and he can pull it out.
Yeah.
He was in the right place at the right time, and I'm so glad that ball just below the back of the net the way it did, because in a way it just silenced the Atletico fans. It shocked them. They were like, "Ooh, what the?" But then they realized and got behind their team, which is what you need to do. But man, that wasn't up and down first half. I could. On one hand, it was a flip side of the best and worst of us, of how we play, how we switch off, how we don't track back, get tight. And I was screaming at my when I was watching the match. I was like, get back, track, do something.
I know. I think it was like the first 20 minutes, we were high, we were doing our thing. Salah with his fancy footwork, Keita with that long shot volley. Just Oblak had no chance to even that. And then, like you say, 20th minute, I think that second goal kind of made them think, do you know what? Fuck it. It's all or nothing. We just got to go hard. Simeone was, doing his thing on the touchline to the crowd. I mean, give him his due. He knows how to make an atmosphere, doesn't he? He really, really does. I have to give him that. And boy, did they bring an atmosphere. And then Griezmann, 20 minutes in, low drive ball into the corner. So what did we think about this goal? What did you think about this goal, Chase? Because they took a long, long time, didn't they, to check it? And actually, there was somebody stood in front of Matip. Was it possible obstruction, do you think? Or do you think they were right to give that goal?
I looked at it for the 3 or 4 times. I was confused at first. I was very disappointed, obviously. Go back to Naby. Thomas Lemar just walks around him. I could not believe it. Then I looked and counted. I thought I was seeing things, James. 8 Liverpool players in the box for that first goal. The ball gets put out to the 18-yard box.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure who took the pass/shot. And then Griezmann,
it was Koke, wasn't it? And it kind of ricocheted back
out.
Koke.
And Griezmann is unmarked with 8 Liverpool players in the box. And then he just put his foot onto it. And then it was Lemar who jumped over the ball. That, again, he wasn't interfering with play. If he touched that, it was offside. I think that's the reason why.
I mean,
let me add to that, Chase.
Yeah.
The fact that what pissed me off the most was the fact that Lemar was on Matip's left shoulder. So in essence, he was offside when the ball was fired in.
Yeah.
Granted, it came off Griezmann, but again, where was Lemar?
It was the original play.
Yeah.
He's interfering with play, so I just don't get the offside rule anymore. Are you interfering? I know.
I mean, ultimately, you just have to think. Do you know what? You win some, you lose some. But I think that goal was questionable. However, it is what it is. Things go your way. Sometimes they don't go your way. But I think it was the build-up play before Griezmann hit it. Ultimately, people were saying, why didn't Matip defend it when it was coming in? It was so low and so fast. You watch it on slow-mo, you might have an argument, but in real time, that was too fast. There was guys stood right in front of him, couldn't see that. So then we're at 2-1. We start to look a bit shaky. The fans have started to go nuts. Simeone's going even higher tempo. I didn't think he had another tempo, but he found it. And so there was a Griezmann chance, wasn't there, in between the two goals, and Alisson Becker.
Straight ball over the top.
Yeah. Yep. Straight ball over the top.
Big hands.
What the hell?
Big save from Becker, that one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'd look to find his stats, but he made some amazing saves tonight.
3 or 4 world-class saves, James.
Yeah.
How on earth does that ball, one straight ball over the top, and Van Dijk is chasing Griezmann, and let's be honest, it should have been 2-2.
I think they were playing, our usual high line offside trap, not realizing they're playing it too fucking high up because they're over the halfway line and it doesn't work. So I think we were playing with our back line was too high for a lot of the game. It was too high. I think second half we bring it back a bit, which is a lot of our issues were at the start of last season. We started bringing our back line up too high. We bring it back into normal territory. It's still high, but not as high, and it wasn't too bad. But yeah, they kept catching us with that. Not aware. I mean, Virgil did make some errors today. I think get onto the second goal, 34 minutes, Griezmann goal. That João Felix, what a player. I have to hold my hands up to him. What a player. He was causing problems all night. He comes running down again. Guess who he comes past? Straight through Naby Keita. Like you said, what was it you said, Chase? That you'd been drinking after?
Well, look, he got a worldie, didn't he, to make it 2-0, and then it just went straight to the pub after the goal, gets drunk, decides to turn back up, and just didn't know where he was. He was just all over the place, wasn't he, after we went 2-0 up. But listen, you're right about João Felix, man. What a player. What a player, honest to God. He was destroying us out down that left-hand side. Now, I'm surprised he took him off, actually.
He wasn't happy when he got taken off.
You could see the camera going to him all the time, and he was pissed off. You know what I mean? He was pissed off, man. But anyways, the second goal, like, fucking you say, Naby Keita, just let him walk by him. And I was a little bit disappointed with Van Dijk also. It looked like he lost sight of Griezmann.
Yeah,
Griezmann was on one shoulder, and then Griezmann, he switched, didn't he? And then the ball was just played through the hole, and then before you knew it was a great finish, in fairness, and Alisson had no chance.
I mean, I'm wondering if it's because we've usually got Fabinho there, so maybe, I mean, I don't know. I can't make excuses for Virgil. He should have known Griezmann was there, and he should know at that level you can, like they said on the commentary halftime, at that level you can't give them an inch because they will run a mile. This is Antoine Griezmann, this isn't Benteke, versus Palace.
Absolutely.
What do you think of this goal, Nick? Can I just say, MUFC update, good win for our Shadows tonight. Mate, you lot have been hiding in the shadows for like 4 seasons now.
Who's he calling Shadow? Who is he calling Shadow? Who's got more cups than you lot, eh?
They're in the shadows of their own tears right now. Anyway, also, evening, OS, he's the original Superman. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it was not an easy win. It never is. Messiah was saying that's why he left it. I think that was in regards to Lamar. Talib saying that he's just glad it's over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I said? I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed the drama. And then Monday from Man United Agenda saying respect to Klopp again. This is it. Yeah. So sorry, Nick, that goal, that was the first half then pretty much, wasn't it? There was a few more attempts from them. Becker made some more, that near post save as well.
Yeah. The more dramatic of our fans would be saying, well, that was squeaky bum time. Yeah. But, I felt that we were getting suckered into how they wanted to play and how they wanted us to react to how they were moving the ball around. But everybody, and I'll say this, nobody who supports this team will say that they were not happy when that halftime whistle blew.
No.
Because I know I was.
No.
Seriously. I was like, mate, this needs to stop. This needs to stop right now. And I was saying to myself, okay, so who's coming off? Is it going to be Milner or is it going to be Keita? Is it going to be Milner or is it going to be Keita? And then after, but
it had to be Keita.
it
Either
had
way,
to be.
it had to be.
It had to be.
Yeah,
Naby,
it had to be.
Yeah, Naby. As soon as that goal went in, bang! Naby's head just went.
Yeah,
floated out of the stadium.
But he did the same thing versus AC Milan. He was just a bit lost in amongst. I don't think he can handle the more physical side of the games. I'm not sure. I'd have to see more from him. Like I said, we know what he's got in his locker. We know what he can do. And what a goal. Amazing goal. He scores those goals. But for our team, you need to bring more on a Champions League night away from home. And I think versus AC Milan and tonight, he just couldn't manage.
He's not very good defensively, is he? He always seems to somebody skips around him, and he just cannot seem to get back.
No,
I noticed something. I like to pride myself on being observant, but you know when the after Naby's goal and they're all celebrating and they're all close around Naby.
Yeah.
Sadio Mane is chirping in fucking Naby's ear, and I want to know what he was saying. I want to know what he was saying because, you know, is that a result of what happened or what? I don't know.
No, I wouldn't get why he'd be giving out to Naby. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't even cop that, to be honest with you.
Definitely besties, but I very much want to know what was being said there. I would love to.
Of course you would. We would all like to.
With the magic of technology, definitely.
If there was no fans, we probably could have. Last season, we could do nearly everything.
Nick, we should get speakers on the players.
I did read Milner's lips when he was taken off, say to the linesman that he was a wanker.
Yeah.
I could see exact clear as day what he said to him and to him. Right, so second half we've gone in. They've took off Jimenez. They put on Jimenez and took off Kondogbia. We've took off Keita and put on Fabinho. That was what was needed. We needed. I don't know why he didn't play in the first place. I mean, when we predicted the lineup, we didn't question Fabinho, but like you say, he's been on international and he might have needed a break or whatever. Maybe it was good because look, Naby got us a goal. He let 2 in. I can't put it all down to him. I'm joking. It's not all on him. Like I said, Virgil switched off for the second goal as well. And there were 8 players in the box for the first goal. So we can't put it all on him. And, João Felix, what a player. If he's going to get overdone by anyone, you can't really argue that too much.
I'm going to go devil's advocate here and say that no, it wasn't really our fault. Atletico played us at their game, a little bit of the dark arts, and they got parity in the first half.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't have a great record against Atletico Madrid. I was looking back, and the last 6 times we played Atletico Madrid, we only came out winning 1 game.
Exactly.
Last time we beat Atletico Madrid was 2010.
Well, now we've beat them twice, and when they come to Anfield, they're going to get it a 3rd time.
I can't wait.
No, James, I feel sorry for you with that mic.
We've had meetings. There's more. Trust me, there's more.
Brilliant.
It is great. Right, second half. So we've got our Fab back on, and automatically you can see it's made such a difference, such an impact. Then we've had a chance. Mane's header from Trent, from the corner, it's come across, nearly saved. Salah nearly gets off the rebound.
Yep.
And then it's straight up the other end, isn't it? Alisson having to make another save. And then the biggest moment of the match.
Oh, our biggest moment of the match. This is the reason why we won this game.
Card.
Yes.
So at first, I mean, I got 4 kids. I was in the midst of doing stuff. I didn't really see what was going on. And then when I seen him holding a red card and Griezmann, I thought, of all the Atletico players, I would have thought he would be the one to not get one, you know? And I mean, when you saw the replay, there was just no need. No need. He was never going to win the ball. His boot literally hit the side of his head like that, and it like hit into, was it Fabinho's shoulder or something? His head was squashed like a pea. It was literally, the boot was right there. I was surprised I'd be interested to see a picture of him now. I'm sure he'd have bruises because the studs were right in his ear. The Man U guys, they got to show studs up. That should be their intro. My God, that was full on. Nick, do you think they can have any question or any complaints? Because they did, didn't they? They complained and complained about that red card.
Of course they did. And to be fair, Griezmann's a professional. We all know that. He's not one for the dark arts. And to be fair, he was watching the ball. He didn't look down.
Yeah.
No,
and it's really easy to just do this. Look up, look down, look back up again. What, half a second? You know, you're still traveling towards where you want to be.
Yeah.
And all you needed to do was just ease up a bit. But his foot, way too high. Straight red, simple.
I mean, he was never going to get the ball, was he, Chase?
No, he wasn't.
No, I just think he didn't see Fabinho. Oh, sorry, Bobby there. It reminded me of a situation a few years ago, if you can remember, of Nani for Man United against Real Madrid. Can you remember that incident in the quarterfinals of the Champions League? He got sent off for a similar incident.
Yeah.
And Roy Keane and Gareth Southgate were having a bit of back and forward in the studio afterwards.
Oh, that's just foreplay for Roy Keane.
Yeah. Look, his foot is up in the air, and I honestly don't think he meant to do anything. I don't think he's seeing Bobby.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, Bobby just came. Yeah, I just think he came across him, and I think he just got the worst.
I can remember Mane doing it as well. Versus,
exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
Was
that against Man City, wasn't it?
Man City, yes.
Yeah. Look, I don't think there's any arguments. Not in my opinion, and anyways, straight red.
No, it's too high. So obviously, then the dark arts truly were implemented. I was quite impressed with them up to that point, that they hadn't been doing a lot of the dive in and the roll in. They had done some. I think a lot of decisions hadn't gone our way. I think the ref was under a bit of pressure from Simeone. There were a few little things. I think there was a foul on the edge of the box on Mane that should have been a free kick. Wasn't given. Definitely. All right, cool. Let's carry on. Like we said, but the goal, questionable, but cool. We'll carry on. Give and take. So when that red card came, I was quite shocked because the refs under a lot of pressure in their stadium.
They won.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad he stood firm. He held firm.
Yeah. But then the bullshit starts, shall we say?
There was one point where he did this. He had his whistle in his hand and he was pointing at it to someone else like, yeah, you prick. This is him. You don't have do not hold this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, I have to give. Sorry,
carry on. No, carry on.
I'd have to give Atletico credit, because even after that red card, it looked like Liverpool were down to 10 men for 10 minutes after that. They were attacking us, and they were attacking us fair play to them.
Well, this is what Simeone instills in his players, isn't it? This is why he's, as much of a arse he can be, he's a great manager, and all his players have to fight or they just get taken off. Nobody's bigger than, Suarez is sat on the bench looking annoyed. Nobody's bigger than Simeone. He will manage players better than most managers will. But like I said, after that red card, the dark arts became, they tried to say Milner deserved a red card for a stray arm on Trippier. I was so annoyed with Trippier. I was like, you're an Englishman. You're meant to be tougher than this. Come on now. Come on. A little straight arm, Milner gets a yellow, and it was like,
Trippier's
this is where all going to start.
I know. They train Trippier well over there, when this happens, just go roll him around for 10 minutes. He'd be grand.
Yeah, that was all that was happening then, wasn't it? I think.
Shoulder, chest,
63 minutes we had.
Oh, the snipers started coming out of the stadium at this stage, you know.
They were, man. I was like, oh my god.
Did you see? Oh, who was it? And he was waiting for someone to come up behind him, and then as soon as he felt that contact, he just did a somersault on the floor and was holding his shin, and it was like, mate, you just look like an absolute twat right now, absolute twat. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of when we had no choice. We had to take Milner off on a yellow card.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've learned that lesson many times before. We didn't want. You could see where it was going and what they were doing. And finally, Jota got to play in his normal position today. So they took Mane off, Jota on, and we had Ox on for Milner. Again, Ox getting minutes that he keeps complaining he's not getting. He is getting minutes. So he was bang on versus Porto, wasn't he? 60th minute as well. So he is getting minutes. There's almost a full half, really. And both times we weren't clear winning. It was still... Or was it the AC Milan?
We had work to do. Yeah, we still had work to do.
Still had work to do. Yeah. And then Trent gets a yellow, silly handball, and he's kicked it away, frustrated. And
don't know what he was doing.
I don't know. Go forward.
Killing time, basically. That's exactly what he was doing. He was just killing time. That's all he wanted to do, just kill time.
Yeah.
It was really not worth the yellow. Ox had a great shot, actually, didn't he? Speaking about Ox, not long after he came on, it was just.
I actually thought he played well when he came on. Ox, I'm not his biggest fan.
Guys, 1 second. One of my housemates is in there, and he just walked in, and he's doing this. Yeah, fuck off, skin of your teeth. Do one.
I take he's a Liverpool fan.
No, he's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah. I'd love to.
But I thought the Ox played okay.
Tell him that Atletico fought harder with 10 men than they did. They put up more of a fight than they did with 10 men. All they did was park the bloody bus.
No, I'll let him know.
Don't worry. Nick, we let them on top just for the moment. They're only 1 point ahead, but we'll catch them eventually.
Yeah. Ox played well, and then his shot, low, hard. I mean, it was right at Oblak, but you couldn't really see where he was because he had a lot of players around him. And I thought when you actually saw the close up of it, he had some nice fancy footwork in there. And he, like I said, he is getting minutes. He didn't do anything wrong. He made no errors. I think he was great in a game like that as well. He was better than Keita, I think.
Yeah. For his shot, he had to get the ball away, and I don't think there was any chance of him firing it in any other direction than at Oblak, because
that was why he hit it as hard as he fucking could.
Yeah, if he tried to delay it, then he would have got closed down, and the ball would have been whisked away.
The question for the two is: would you keep Ox?
Yes, one more season.
I think we need players like him on the bench. I think we need rotation. And I mean, we kind of did a show about it. And I said in the show, Sosé complained about minutes. We don't know for sure if that's true or not, but he is getting minutes. And
he's just we can't have injuries, hasn't he?
Yeah, but people talk about, so for him, it's like now or never, isn't it? And Keita this season, but people talk about us, having players on the bench. Are we going to get rid of them? Nobody says that about Chelsea. Nobody says that about Man City. They've got players for days sat on the bench. Why can't we have players on our bench that are going to come on and get minutes? Doesn't mean that they're going to start as many games as like the Salahs and the Manes, but up your game, up your level. And we are a team that goes on form and not your name alone.
And this is what annoys me so much. Now we've got depth, yeah. Now we have got depth. For it. We can put out and we can field stronger sides for the different competition.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah,
couple of seasons before that was not the case.
Yeah,
why? But for different reasons, whether or not the players weren't ready to step up, or just the fact that they weren't in tune to the tactics, the style of play, the speed, transition, But now we have that.
We have options. Finally,
we have options. We have options, and we need to keep our players.
The only thing is, Nick, if Salah Mane get injured. Like there is a serious drop off with, of course, Origi and who else? Like Jota is good, of course.
So Jota's covered for Mane, which I think in that position, Jota is on point. You know, I mean, Atletico's a game, but if Jota's in Mane's position, that for me, it's cool. I've got no issue with that. Who could replace Salah right now anyway?
Yeah,
he's the best player in the world, you know. But Harvey Elliott, he was causing trouble in that position, and he almost fits that mold as well of that role. But we ultimately have options, and if the worst does happen with Salah, we have enough players to try and bring something and do something. But you're never gonna, you can't have a player of Salah's quality on your bench just in case. It's just not going to happen. But I'm happy with what right now.
Unless you're Newcastle.
Yeah, there is that.
Well, I was reading that meme of the owners, and they were sat on the bench, and it said, "When you buy Juventus off Wish."
Yes.
Really,
and you got Anton Deck is sitting in front, looking kind of either bored or wondering.
Yeah.
Mate, I was reading an article earlier today about the comparison between Liverpool back when Suarez was playing with us and now that we've got Mo Salah. Say, for example, we had Mo back in 2010.
Yeah.
Would Suarez have walked? You know, because considering who the players that we had at that time, it was easy for FSG to give Suarez the amount of money that he wanted to stay for another season, for another 2 seasons.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, I'd question more the manager. You know.
Well, again,
like Klopp.
Yeah.
If Klopp was there, I'm sure a lot of players wouldn't have left. You know.
Yeah, this
would they have been improved though? Would those players at the time have been improved under Klopp? Again, I'm just speculating and I'm just thinking about what's happened in the past.
I think every player would. Look what he did with Nate Phillips in half a season.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Good shout. Personally, I just think that we need to give Salah his money, not so much what we're reading or hearing in the media, but something whereby he's happy with, and FSG are happy with, because I know for a fact that if we know that he stays, then we are all going to be happy. It's as simple.
Yeah, he has to stay. There's no doubt about it. 400,000 a week or whatever it is, just give him the money. It's as simple as that. Now the problem is, if there is going to be a problem, will there be other players thinking, well, hang on a second, I'm on, say, 150 a week, I'm going to start pushing for 250 a week. Would that be an issue in time, do you think?
Well, at the end of the day, I'd have to say, does your performances justify your demand? It's that simple. Do they or don't they? If they don't, then what are you asking?
See, I'm of an opinion where I feel like we're Liverpool Football Club. We shouldn't be held to ransom by any player. We're bigger than any player. And if a player is going to threaten us, I don't think it's happening. I think it's all bullshit created by the media because they've got nothing better to do. It was international break, I think, when it all began. And it was because other players were signing contracts. And they were like, oh, hang on a minute. Salah didn't sign. Mane hasn't signed either. He's actually signed on until 2023. What is the big fuss? What is the big fuss? He'll be, 31 then? Let's just not panic. He seems very happy. You know, there is a picture of him when he scored and he's, that's the wrong side, touching his badge. He loves the club. He loves the city. You know, they were taking the mick and they were saying to him, can you speak Scouse? Like, can you speak in a Scouse accent? And he said, I've only just been able to start understanding Trent and Robbo. He said, I have to say to them, slow down. He said, when they're talking, he said, I couldn't understand a word they were saying. So he said, no, I can't speak it. I've just started to understand it. I just can't see where this is coming. I think it's just been hyped up. Yeah. I choose to just not let them deal with it. Let them sort it out. I mean, ultimately, we had this with Suarez. We had this with Coutinho. Everyone's saying, oh, if he goes, it's all going to go to shit. It doesn't. We've got Klopp. We will, we will survive. I'm not gonna. Of course, it'll be heartbreaking if he does. I just personally don't see it. He's happy. He loves the club. He's settled. I think one of his cats is called Boss. That just says it all.
Says it all. But where does he go? Where does he go, James? You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, Real Madrid, Barcelona,
Real Madrid because
they're not the same. They haven't got the money. Paris Saint-Germain, okay, they have the money, but you're dropping levels when you go out to France. Who else is there? Serie A now. You're playing for Liverpool Football Club. You're competing for the Premier League. You're competing for Champions League football. And most importantly, you're playing in front of the best fans in world football.
Exactly.
And he loves that, and they were saying we've got, well, in Liverpool, there's mosques, isn't there? And he goes to the mosques. I think there's a lot of other Muslims in the team. They've all got a great family environment.
He loves
the city. Madhu, he's saying that the same thing I was saying, that we've never been held to ransom when it comes down to it. If they don't want to stay, they get cut, simple as. Torres, Suarez, Sterling, Coutinho. And ultimately, look at those 4 players. I'd say Torres left, flopped. Coutinho left, flopped. Suarez, I mean, he went to Barcelona. He was playing amongst with some amazing teammates. He wasn't really. Coutinho couldn't cut it. Sterling left.
But hang on a second.
We won the Champions League.
But with regards to Suarez saw the sinking ship at Barca and jumped.
Well, this is it. He'd already caused enough trauma, biting people. I don't think he was what we needed at the club anyway. It did make me laugh today. I mean, we finish off the game in a minute, we go through it, but it made me laugh today when he got a yellow card for arguing with the ref because Virgil, big up Virg, you give him a little elbow. And I know he meant it. He gave him a little elbow to the back of the head when he jumped up. And then Suarez got a yellow card. And I thought, you got a damn cheat. You're out there biting people, diving. You are the king of dark arts, and you're crying to the ref over a little bump to the back of your head.
He's like that. He's like that little annoying neighbour's dog, isn't he? One of them little Jack Russell. Just the ankles off him.
But he's just so.
He
gets away with it, doesn't he?
Suarez class.
Yeah. Reading your mind, Madhu, or you're reading minds.
Always.
He's seen to a Monday, but he had some memes ready.
He tried. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. Mr. Silver Fox just got in from work. What a fantastic game of football. Impressive win. Enjoy. Do you know what? Ultimately, as well, I mean, as stressful as that was, I mean, we'll get on to the next bit. We'll finish it up, but as stressful as it was, I mean, when I saw this Champions League group, I was like, wow, this is going to be some great games of football. And that's what I want to see my team playing in, I don't want to see some crappy team. It's not very exciting, is it? And I feel like we bring it. We bring the drama. It's what football's about. And as stressful as it was, and as much as I wanted to just, find something to do, let me just go and do the washing up for 10 minutes, because it was stressing me out. I was making my notes and I was like, I don't even want to look up. But as stressful as it was, I love it. I love that feeling. It is great.
Yeah, I couldn't make any notes personally. I just could not make any notes.
Why? I had to, because my memory's crap. Look, even now we've gone off track so much. Where were we?
I think we're
coming up to the penalty now. 76 minutes. Penalty.
We're on the penalty now.
He's looked for Jota, and he's just barged him right out of the way. There's no denying that was a penalty. He didn't even look for the ball. He was nowhere near the ball. Barged Jota over.
That should have been a straight red. Simple as. I don't care. He's not watching the ball. He's looking for the play, and he just goes boom. I want to take you out. What is that? Come on.
This is what I mean.
I just don't get what he was trying to do, Nick, to be honest with you.
It's Simeone-esque, isn't
it? I wouldn't like to be that player going into that dressing room at full time, because he just ran. It was a rugby tackle. What are you doing, mate? I don't know if the light got caught in with his eyes, light or into his blinded him or whatever it
Simeone
was.
on the touchline, like, fucking do something. And he's like, oh, all right, then let me.
Listen, it was dreadful defending and clear penalty. And I agree, Nick, he's lucky to be staying on the pitch.
Well, you look at a lot of their games like we were looking at before, and there's been a lot of fouls, red cards, yellow cards, and a lot of their previous games they've had, like against them and for them. And it's because they play this game, you know, they feign injury and then they try and cause injury. And I was just glad, you know, there was a moment Becker was down and I was like, what the fuck? No, please, God. Yeah, I was having...
How much as I like Kelleher, but I was saying, please don't do this.
He's a good apprentice at the moment, but no, not right now. Not right now. You know, Virgil's not quite 100%. I mean, he's still pure class, but he's still not 100 there. And we've got some, you know, we've got Man United on the weekend. Atletico again soon. We just don't need Becker out anyway. Salah, world class, best player in the world. All that pressure he was under, the fans and everything, straight in the net. I think he's only missed, is it 2 penalties?
3. Oh, 2 penalties, but he's only missed, what, is it 3 to 7 games since he joined us in 2007?
He's missed one in, is it 12 penalties or something like that? I think he's missed one. Obviously, his last penalty, he's obviously missed it, and I was thinking, please, this game is just
two now he's missed,
So I'm just happy for Salah, of course, and
and he looked so happy after, didn't he? He just looked like he didn't have a care in the world what was going on around, all the drama, Simeone crying, them all diving, trying to get red cards, and he scores his penalty, and he just looks so happy. Not influenced, not bothered at all, not intimidated in any way. And I think that's what I love the most about most of those players on the pitch. They're not intimidated by, you know, the I mean, Simeone.
The bullshit.
I just would have wished Salah went over to Simeone and just gave him all that, you know what I mean? When he got the win, I was saying, now get in the bin.
Not him though, is it? It's just not him.
No. He's too respectful. It's just a class man, isn't he?
Absolutely.
It's as simple as that.
Yes. Can we all take a moment to applaud the referee for having such a very good game tonight? From the bullshit that he had to put up
in the
with
second half,
in the second half with Atletico players to even when he had to stop Jan Oblak from trying to do a little thing with the ball. Salah put it on the spot.
To do?
He tried to move it. He tried to get into Salah's head.
It's intimidation, isn't it? And Salah just don't care about any of that.
Fiddling Mr. Shocks. Get back in goal, you
Exactly. And so the fact that the ref was right there, I was like, yeah, well done to him.
Well, speaking of the ref, so 80th minute, 4 subs come on. I won't even say who came off, but we had Correa come on, Suarez, I pretend it's Lodi, Llorente. So they've all come on now. They've had their instructions. I don't think particularly made much of an impact, to be honest. Next thing you know, we're in their box. We've had a penalty. They've thought, oh, we want one now. So Jimenez feels Jota, you know. I know what they're saying. It could be given as a penalty. He feels Jota. Jota's hands on his arm. He goes down.
A bit dramatically, I might add.
Very dramatically. Becker straight away is like, no. So I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to go given because of the pressure that the ref's under from Simeone, the fans, the ref, just the whole situation of the game. The fact that they've already had a red card as well, and we've had a penalty. So when they've said, oh, he's going to go and check the screen, I was saying to my sons, oh my God, he's going to overturn it. Because no way can you watch that as a self-respecting referee. I'm sorry. And you know what they've been doing all game. You know they've been looking for that. And I think if they hadn't have been... So I'll put this question out to you. So, Chase, do you think if they hadn't have been playing this dark arts game, playing this game of diving and going down and putting so much pressure on the referee for every little foul, Do you think he might have thought, you know what, I'll give him that? Or do you think he just wouldn't have either way?
Do you know what? I'd say he had a pain in his ass with them, to be honest with you. They're always at that diving around in their rear. Once they go behind in games, you'll notice that they surround the referee for every slightest decision. They want everybody sent off. But going back to the decision, James, do you know what? I looked at it first, and I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a penalty. I thought he clipped him, and then I'm saying, no, if you look at another angle, he actually fell before he touched him, and then he just went onto the ground.
Thank you. This is what I saw. I saw his right arm go down. Then all of a sudden, it's like he dived, like he got shot and spun. And I was like, hang on, how can you go down that way from that touch? How? Please, ref, look at it.
Yeah, and then I got worried when he actually did go over to the monitor, because the monitor was only showing him that angle that looked like he was tripped. I was saying, oh no, he's going to give this. And then
it was only showing the left side, wasn't it?
The angle switched around, and then you could see him falling over before Jota sort of went into him, if you want to say that. And he didn't touch him. He actually didn't touch him.
It's just my opinion. And when you're running into the box at that speed, you are going to fall over. But he made a meal of it. They've been making a meal of it, so he's thinking, "Oh, do you know what? No, you're just."
You're right, Jim, about Nick, about the referee. I'm surprised that he didn't give that penalty, because you have like 70,000 people going bananas. You have a manager that's looking to take your head off. You already have to send one of his players off, and now you're not giving me a penalty. So
even when he's walking to the screen in it, and you can see there's an official on the edge of Simeone's box, like having to stop him because he's almost wanting to go and look with him, and it's like, stay in your lane, mate. Stay in your lane. It's not your decision to make. You know, like as if you're ever going to say, "Oh yeah, no, it wasn't actually." I was thinking, he was under so much pressure, and maybe that went against them in the end because he just thought, "I'm not giving you anything."
Too much of that, you know what I mean?
If that had been the other way around, I wouldn't have been upset that it wasn't given. If we'd have had that situation where we had the penalty, I'd be thinking, "Oh, we were lucky to get that. That was soft." I would admit that, you know, if it was the other way around and it wasn't given.
Definitely.
I wouldn't be complaining. I wouldn't even really mention it here now. I would just think, well, no, that wasn't a penalty. I'm not gonna, you know,
I'm not gonna beg it. I know.
If that was Salah, they'd all be saying that he's diving again. If that was Salah, or Ronaldo, or someone of that stature, they'd say, "Oh, look, they're diving again." Simple as that.
You're not being biased.
No. So then 85th minute, Trent comes off. That's because of the yellow card, I think, mostly. Nice to see Gomez coming on, but I think it was just because of the yellow card myself.
Damage limitation, it was.
Yeah. I mean, we were even questioned. It's crazy to me. Klopp was questioned about Gomez being on the bench and when's he going to start and stuff like this. And it's like, he said to them, you know, last season, we were lacking defenders on the bench, and we had to buy, and we were questioned over that. And now we have defenders on the bench. You're now questioning why they're on the bench. And this goes back to Ox and other players. Just because they're on the bench, what's wrong with that? Man City have it. Chelsea have it. You can have class players on the bench. It's fine. They're there for a reason, you know. And he will get minutes. He will get minutes.
I reckon the reason why the media are basically doing this nonsense is because at the deepest core of it all, they don't want us to win. They want us to. They don't want us to have our solidarity, our unity, our comradeship. They want us to basically. They want us to try and basically that. Yeah, they don't want us to go on and dominate like we used to. You know.
When is Kanate gonna get a goal? Do you think, or what do you think his plan is with Kanate?
Preston
game.
So you just think he'll get used in the cup games this season?
Yes, definitely.
So I think there'll be games. For example, so we've got Preston, then we've got Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe versus Brighton, that would be an opportunity where 60th minute, maybe he might think, all right, let's stick Konate on. I think that might be it. But I think at the moment he's an apprentice to Virgil. I think him just being in and around the club at the moment, you can see he's happy. He's loving life right now. He's got the best manager in the world. He's playing with Salah, Virgil. I think he's an apprentice, and I think so. There's some questions whether people think he's eventually going to be Virgil's partner. So it's going to be Konate and Virgil as a partnership. That's what's on a lot of people's mind, Kopites' minds. I'm
Chase,
not sure.
I do strongly believe that Konate is going to get a run out in the early rounds of the FA Cup and as well in the Carabao. That beyond a shadow of a doubt, it just stands to reason. It's logical in my eyes.
He's going to be a very good player. I looked at him against Norwich and he was outstanding. I know it's Norwich and it's only the Carabao Cup, but he has that physique about him. He's big, he's powerful, he's a unit, he's fast, and he looks like he can read the game good. So he's definitely one for the future.
Yeah, his speed. And a lot of people comparing him to Virgil because of his size and everything. He's taller than Virgil, isn't he, as well? Which seems crazy. But he's a lot like Matip. Matip, he's in the top 3 for dribbling at the moment in the Premier League, isn't he? Out of everybody in the Premier League.
Yeah, he is.
Have you seen the stats? Unbelievable,
unbelievable, mate.
But Konate is very similar. Konate likes to do that as well. He likes to drive through the midfield and carry the ball through. I think he's going to be more similar to Matip than Virgil, actually. And I think those two will make a really good partnership. We are yet to see it. We're all dribbling for it ourselves. Like, we really want to see that combination. I don't think we'll get to see it soon.
Maybe not.
But Preston, but I would bet money on it that we will see him versus Preston. I think we'll see, Konate, Cade Gordon, Owen Beck. I think we'll see all of them.
I'll take Gomez as well. Gomez and Konate at the back.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
Maybe Nico Williams. He'll probably start, of course. You could probably
he came on for Salah. I was quite surprised Klopp took Salah off, and we were laughing because Salah had to go the long way around, didn't he? I think it's kind of ridiculous they make them do that now. Just add the time on for how long they take to come off the pitch. I don't care. So he's gone behind the goal past the Atletico fans, and you can see them in the crowd, and one of them's like,
giving him the finger,
and he's just like, I'm thinking, why are you angry at him? What has he done? Do you know what I mean?
It's just a thing, isn't it? I think everybody does it. Like, when you're getting beaten and frustrated, and probably the best player in the world's walking by after getting 2 goals. You're just like, fuck up, mate.
We did slap Messi, so we can't say much. Robbo slapped Messi on the back of his head, I guess. But he was on the floor. He should have got up. So Nico came on, and he actually had a shot again. So last game he came on, he had an assist.
Yeah.
And this game he came on, he had a shot. It wasn't too bad. Deflection took it off of goal. I reckon.
Yeah. Look, I'm actually happy he's after getting a few minutes under his belt now. I can only remember the time that he was getting a bit of stick off the Liverpool fans. Probably was it 2 years ago. He was making a few mistakes, and so I'm happy for the lad. He's after getting back into the Welsh national side, and now he's never going to be, in my opinion, the right fullback, number 1 right fullback for Liverpool. But it'd be good if he can get a few minutes, as you said, like even the cup games.
Yeah.
And who knows, he might get a good move in the future whenever he's ready to move on. So I'm happy for him that he's getting game time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the right back's necessarily, some people were saying he's probably more suited to midfield, possibly. I don't know if he's quite got that right back build about him. I don't know personally, but I think people keep saying, should we keep him? Should we get rid of him? I think we have to give him some minutes. Like what we've recently started doing, I think we do need to give him that chance, give him those minutes, like we're doing with Ox, like we're doing with Keita. I think we do need to give him some minutes this season, some first team minutes. Get him out there. Let's see what he can do. Let's not judge him on playing in these cup games barely seen any of him. Samika's got a lot of stick, didn't he? For the first season, saying he's not ready. Didn't see him play, and now all of a sudden, everyone's like, "Wow, what a player!" Yeah, because he's finally got some minutes. Robertson finally went down briefly for 2 games and then got straight back up again. But now we have someone we can rotate him with. I don't think Nico's at that point yet where I would feel safe, but he's never going to be at that point if we don't do this with him and we don't bring him on. And I think what a game to let him have, what was it? Well, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 minutes?
But still, even that 5 minutes is a lot of pressure on. Don't forget, it's Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. Only 1 goal in it. Yeah. Like the game is still at a lot of stakes.
Showing him some confidence and some faith.
Absolutely.
Not doing that. So I really want to see him. I think definitely first Preston. We'll see.
Yeah,
Nico.
100%.
Milner can have a rest, I think, for that game. Filling in wherever and everywhere. And their final shot. I know
they never rest Milner.
We'll have to find a new bandage, won't we? We can't rely on him anymore. We're knackering him out. And their final shot was Correa, wasn't it? Skied it in the 93rd minute.
Yeah.
That could have been 3-3. Yeah. That final shot from there, I was like, what? How did they get through? How did he get past them all? It shows
the pillar was
players.
Yeah, that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were knackered. But I think those are the times, though, Nick, aren't they? When we're trying to hold out for that point, we need to stay switched on, and it almost feels like we just go further back and further back and further back. That could have so easily been 3-3. We could have been sitting there now like, why did we? I think those are the moments that can make or break a game. And I mean, he skied it. Thank the Lord. Thank Jesus Klopp. He is our savior. But I think ultimately, we deserve to win that game. I think.
Damn right we did. Of course we did.
100% deserve to win that game.
Yeah.
We played fair. We didn't get involved in any of the drama. We didn't try and, win the ref over in silly situations, and we kept our cool. So, I mean, you take your chances when you can, and they come. I think they played really well, though, considering they had a red card. They didn't park up like Tuchel did with Chelsea. I didn't expect them to. Nick, you said that you think they're going to park up. I was like, nope.
I would have thought he would have parking up as well, because they are that sort of team, hadn't they? They're just very hard to break down, and they just
he was too angry. He was too
strangle
angry. Fuck this! I need
full-time whistle. Yeah, full-time whistle.
He's like,
clock goes to shake Simeone's hand and Simeone.
Get one of them a red card now. Dive.
Yeah.
Someone do something.
Simeone never shook his hand. What was he doing?
No, he didn't. And I'll allow this. I'll play devil's advocate right now. It's a 2-leg game. Yeah, it's a 2-leg tie.
So it's half time.
So yes, exactly. For Simeone, this game now is just half time. When he goes to Anfield, and if we slap him the fuck up, if he does not shake Klopp's hand at the end of it, then I'll know that Diego Simeone is nothing but a weak-hearted drama queen ass bitch. Plain and simple.
I mean, the way he was complaining about Milner's yellow, saying it should have been a red, he should have got sent off for that up into the stands. I thought that was disgusting. I think you shouldn't be doing that as a manager. You cannot be pleading for a player to get a red card for something as simple as that. I thought that was really, really poor sportsmanship, really, really bad from him. And I just thought, you know what, you just look like a little bitch right now. And that really annoyed me, that moment. But, Milner called him a wanker on the way off, so it's all good.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
He was out on the pitch half of the game. Like, I was saying, what are you doing, Lions, man? This fella off.
I know.
See, the fourth official had to drag him back a few times, and I noticed that. I was like, mate, you want to play again?
You're just pissing them off. They're not going to want to give you any favors right now. They're not going to want to do you any favors right now. Anthony Herbert, big up all. Good game tonight. I think you can win the Champions League. Let's just slow it down. But we have the heart. We have the heart for it. And if we can come out of this group, then wow, it speaks volumes. And people might be scared of teams like PSG, but I watch them play and I think they can be broken down by a team with a rigid style of play and tactics. Mm-hmm. They're not a team unit, are they? I feel like they're individuals put together. Yeah. I don't think they really gel amazingly. I think they could be playing a lot better than what they are. And let's face it, we've slapped Messi up before. We're gonna, we're not intimidated by teams, are we?
I'd actually like to see PSG play Atletico this season.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
It's possible.
Atletico would fuck them up. I fully believe.
Atletico, yeah. Pochettino, easy a winner, Nick or James. You know what I mean? Like he's under Spurs pressure. Even if he wins the French league.
I mean, they shouldn't even be losing any games. They shouldn't even be losing games.
And if he doesn't get to the final minimum, he's gonna get sacked. Yeah. It's a crazy job.
With that team, you have to be winning the Champions League, or imagine Klopp managing that team. That would be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be a good vibe to be around. All right, that's for sure. But is Klopp that sort of manager? Or he doesn't like the Galacticos? Would he be that manager to go to Real Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain?
He likes these clubs with like character. Like us, and
Dortmund,
he's done it with us. I think
this is why he's the best manager in the world. He just give him a budget of say 50 million and he does whatever he does. He's class. It's as simple as that.
It is. Give us the money.
So
pay the man.
Wrapping this all up then, boys. It's halftime. It's 3-2. I'm fully pleased with that result. There was another game on tonight. Porto AC Milan. Porto won 1-0, and this is now what the table looks like, and it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. Goals for it. We've got 11 goals. Even if it comes to goal difference, we're kind of killing it out there.
You'd have to say AC Milan are gone. I think AC Milan are gone.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we have Milan last. That's game 6. And then, of course, Atletico next. If we beat Atletico, we're through, we
will.
Yeah, we are.
Draw.
Yeah. And then Porto.
We only need to draw. We only need to draw, I think, versus Atletico.
Yeah, just 1 point. That's all we need. We only need 1 point.
Need 1 point and we're through.
Barring any implosions, I do believe that the first 2 clubs are going to go through to the next round.
Yeah, it's important that. Sorry, go ahead, James.
The last game, AC Milan. Say we've already gone through and we're top the group. That's it. That's when you might see. Let's give Konate a go versus AC Milan in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Games like that where it means nothing.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
when some of these players might get a little go out as well. You just don't know, but. For me, looking at that table, when I first saw that group and I saw other people's groups and I was like, wait, what? We've got Atletico Madrid, Porto, AC Milan. What the hell is going on? This is going to be a big challenge, a big battle. We've just got Verge back from injury.
I wasn't too fussed with Milan, to be fair. I wasn't really too fussed about Milan. Why? Because they've been out of the Champions League for 7 seasons. They hadn't really done much to deserve to be spoken of in reverence.
I mean, but you've got to say they got back in it. So from they've got back in it, they're of a level that they're in it, and a lot of these teams, you could say just because they haven't been, they're a whole new team now, a whole new manager. It's a whole new prospect for them. But
well,
I could look at that table all evening. It just looks absolutely beautiful. I think that was the one game out of all of the games we had to win, and that is
the toughest game by far.
Yeah, that was the game. That was the game, wasn't it? When you saw that group, it was like, right, that is the game. That is the all or nothing, do or die. Now that should have been for them as well. We have to win that game because now they've got to come to Anfield, and we're more than happy, I think, for them to come to Anfield because we, corner taking slightly. We have our own tactics at Anfield. Yeah. I can't wait for that. The atmosphere.
They have to come out and attack us. Yes. Simple as that. And listen,
boy, but they will.
They will. It'll be an interesting atmosphere, all right. I think the place will be bouncing. I think it's going to be electric. Atletico, and don't forget, it was the last game, wasn't it, before lockdown?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. The game that shouldn't have been played, right? You agree with me on that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now, it should have been played, but maybe without fans. But that game hurted me. I'll always remember that game. And you know what I'm going to say? If we just go out and just punish them and, 3-0, something like that, get rid of them. And that's
humiliate them.
And that's Simeone fella, send him up to the stands as well if he keeps it up.
Yes, Simeone, you said it right. You said it correctly, Chase. Simeone.
Simeone, yeah. Simeone. In the middle of a bunch of Scousers and let them take the piss out of him all evening. That would be beautiful. I mean,
Simeone.
Yeah. Right then, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We can go and de-stress now and prepare for the next biggie. Bring on the Man U, boys. Looking forward to this. So we're going to be back on Thursday on our channel. We've got 9 o'clock. We're going to be doing Kop Talk, the weekly agenda, and it's going to be, I'll just say the title is going to be Unbeaten because that's what we are right now. So many games in. So we're going to be just talking about how amazing we've been so far. Yep. But at 8:30, we're going to be on the Man United Agenda channel with Solo and Amundi and Mr. B. And we're just going to be talking smack. It's the pre-match to the pre-match. So come and check us out on there. Keep an eye on our Twitter page. I'll share the links. I'll share it on Facebook. Just keep checking us out.
Yeah, guys, you need to sharpen your knives or your swords or your verbal swords will need to be at their sharpest.
Be ready.
Y'all need to be ready.
Chase,
I'm gonna be ready.
Thanks for joining us. It's been great.
Absolutely.
Love having you on.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much for having us on.
Anytime you want to come on, anytime, you're more than welcome. We love chatting with you. Just let everyone know again where they can find you.
Absolutely. You can find me on the Fortress Anfield YouTube channel. And if you want to follow us, of course, on Twitter, it's at the Fortress Anfield.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Chase. Right. Evening, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so you know what our next show is coming. Night.